Okay, so I wanted to make a TikTok for some reason, or like a YouTube short talking about this, but then I was like, that's kind of pointless because it's on my mind right now and I can just make a full video about it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Basically, I just love when I see black girls doing their thing, whether that be on like TikTok or YouTube, like, because I know it's probably a place where when they go on the internet and they're just like being themselves, that I know that it's like probably a place where they can fully express themselves. Like, I know that's probably what the reason is for them like posting this stuff on the internet. That I know that's for me personally, because I have multiple videos on this channel talking about things that I talk to myself about and stuff of that nature. So I just love it when I see like other black girls my age just doing their thing on the internet, basically, because I see myself in them naturally, naturally. That's just like a natural thing. But the thing is that for some reason I feel so much more mature. I feel very mature and very like, I just feel very mature. And I feel like that's because I figured out, like, I am very self-analytical ever since I've learned about law of assumption and have been consistently applying it. I've learned how to like evaluate myself and like evaluate my thoughts and evaluate my emotions and like self-regulate and all that different type of stuff. And I kind of like already know and have decided that I'm going to be successful. And like, basically, law of assumption has made me a very self-reflective person, even more than I already was, because when I was talking to myself, and I started talking to myself a lot, I wouldn't say that I have talked to myself like forever. I don't know. I remember talking to myself when I became a teen, I would say. Like, I probably have always been talking to myself, but like, I don't know. I just remember more vividly talking to myself when I became a teen. You know what I mean? And like, ever since then, just me talking to myself back then was very self-reflective, because it was like, it gave me like a picture of what the inner workings of my mind look like. But law of assumption amplified that, because now I'm looking after my thoughts, I'm looking after my beliefs, I'm looking after what I'm thinking consistently, I'm self-regulating, all that good stuff. And I'm deciding, like, I have decided what I want to be and what I want to do and what my life is going to look like. Like, I have decided. So I feel like that's why I feel more mature than black girls my age. But I'm still love to see that they're on the internet doing their thing and like they have a place to fully express themselves, like I do with this channel. And it's just beautiful to me. Also, the black women who clearly have like healed themselves and like, oh, I forgot to mention that too. Me being self-reflective is kind of like a healing process. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's necessarily a healing process, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I would just say I'm self-reflective in general, and I feel like that naturally heals, right? But anyways, what was I saying? I was talking about black women. So older black women are like an inspiration to me, especially the ones on TikTok that you find where it's like they clearly have like broken down their anti-blackness. Because I feel like there's some black women who I feel like when we talk about internalized anti-blackness, we think about the black men who like are color, like, what's it called? Colorism. That sounds so goofy right now, so I don't know if that's the right term, because that sounds very goofy. Colorism, isn't it? Colorism. I think I'm saying the right word. If I'm not, I'm sorry. But like basically the thing where it's like the light skinned woman and like the texturism and the looser curl texture and like all of that different type of stuff. I feel like we talk about black men a lot when it comes to internalized anti-blackness and like all that different type of stuff. But the reality of it is that black women can also have that anti-blackness, and black women can have the internalized. There's a lot of factors that go into it, like internalized misogyny, internalized anti-blackness, all those different things. So it's like, but I feel like we talk about black men a lot when it comes to that, but like black women have that too. But when I come across a healed black woman who clearly loves herself and clearly just like has healed and loves themselves, basically, I also find that very admirable because they become an inspiration to me, and you find a lot of them on TikTok. So yeah. But another part of this same topic that I was thinking about is that for some reason, and I've thought about this, but basically in my like real actual life, I feel like, and online too, I feel like both in real life and online, just in general, I feel like there's this thing where I gravitate towards black women, like having friendships and like connections with other black girls, because especially in like real life settings, for example, like at my school, I haven't fully thought this part out, so this is why I'm kind of like hesitant on this. Ooh. But I was thinking about it, and I'm just like, basically I want to be around black women more naturally because I don't want to like put myself in a predicament where like I try and be friends with like a non-black person, or like just a person like that, because they wouldn't understand me. They wouldn't understand. Like, does this make sense? Yo, I'm sorry. My grandmother just walked by in the hallway. So, like, I'm kind of... I hope she don't interrupt, because I said a lot of good information. Too much good information for me to have to restart this video. But basically, I feel like I just gravitate towards other black girls more when it comes to trying to build friendships and stuff, because I'm like, if I stray away from that, from people who are like me, I feel like I'm gonna be put in a situation where I'm gonna have to like educate them. Like another black girl or like another black woman, they understand me. Like, they understand what I'm gonna have to go through, what I'm going through in this world. They understand it. Like, they see me because they are another black girl, and they are another black woman themselves. But I have this thing where it's like, white women and like white people and non-black people just wouldn't understand, and I don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm going to have to educate them basically on like these things. And I'm just like, I don't want to be an educator. And I know that might sound selfish, because I know some of people might be like, having conversations is important, to like learn more information. Having conversations is important, like having open conversations and discussions is important, and it helps like other people understand your perspective more. But it's like, I don't want to educate, like, I'm so sorry, but like, I don't want to be your educator. I don't want to do, like, I know that might sound selfish, but like, I don't want to be your educator. I don't want to. You should go like educate yourself or something, girl. I don't know. And I feel like people would say that you educate yourself through having conversations with other people that are not like you, which I do agree with, but like I don't want to be your educator. As your friend, I don't want to like do that. And I have a fear, and I was thinking about this. I was like, if I was in a friendship with somebody who wasn't like me, and they all of a sudden made like a remark that's kind of like that's kind of like showing some kind of hateful thing, or like a little like them continuing a stereotype, or like them upholding a stereotype, or like saying that they do believe in a certain stereotype, or like them just like having kind of a belief that comes from like hatefulness, like transphobia, homophobia, racism, like any of those little type of things. My biggest fear would like be like me being just like, that's not right. I kind of felt uncomfortable when you said that. And then them being like, well, you know, no one else around me, when I say those things, like no one corrects me, or no one, you know, does that type of stuff. That's like one of my fears. I just don't want to have to deal with it. Long story short, I don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm going to have to like, where I want to like educate somebody. I don't want to be in that situation. I don't want to be the educator. Like, no, I don't want to do it. So like, I feel like my defense mechanism for that is sticking with people who are just like me, black girls and black women who would understand me. You know what I mean? So like, that's kind of a defense mechanism for that, if that makes sense. I think that's it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.